Coming up on Mobile Learning in the Classroom, geometry. Hi, my name is Trainin, and this is Mobile Learning in the Classroom from Tech Edge. And today we're talking about geometry apps. And the first thing that I want to share with you is that there are lots of tools that are available to help with geometry. I'll start with a few simple ones, and one that I'm really excited about, and that is DragonBox. DragonBox has fantastic apps in general about math learning, and I'll show you what it does with geometry, which is fairly new. So let's start with Formulas Lite. I love this app. It allows you to look at some formulas in geometry. It does other formulas as well, and it's just a summary of them. So if you need a refresher to remember a formula, you don't exactly remember, it's all right there. So that's one feature, and you can see that it's got triangles, it's got other shapes as well. It goes all the way to circles and beyond. So you've got all of this, and this is really useful to know. On top of that, what you have, which is a very simple feature but is very helpful, is that ability to change languages. So until now I was in Spanish, now I changed it to English. It's just to say, if you've got students that speak different languages, this is an easy way to provide them full access to whatever their home language is. So this is Formulas Lite. The second one, and this is one that I reviewed a long time ago, but I think it's important still, is called Geometry Pad. And in Geometry Pad you can create on your own lots of structures and you can figure them out. So for example, you can go to the circle, you can change it, you can see the metrics, the equation, you can actually have it calculate different aspects of the object. So for example, if I create a parabola, and you can enter what the A is, what the B is, and what the C is, and then you say done, and here it is created. So kids can create lots of shapes very, very quickly and learn about it and see what happens when you change the parameters. You can also zoom in and zoom out, and you can of course create different shapes just by creating points. So this is a triangle, and here's the triangle created, and then you can start calculating. It's all snapped to a grid. You can do calculation. It's a great tool for exploration. It's a great tool for creating the drawing very accurately. Now there's still some learning to do for drawing by hand, but especially when you're starting to draw things like parabola, hyperbolas, and all of that, that becomes more and more complicated. So it's a great way to use an app like Geometry Pad. The last one I want to talk about is DragonBox, and this is the basic one for beginnings, and you can see that I've already created a character, and this one has a little bit more story than the previous DragonBoxes, at least that I remember, and it could be that I've played them so long I don't remember, but you're supposed to defeat this evil guy at the top of the tree, and you do that by going through levels, and in each level it shows you the things to do. Now I'm supposed to find it, and so this is my turn. First I highlight the triangle, then I mark. This is an equilateral triangle, so you mark it, and after you get the concept, now you have to find it throughout, and you can see that this can get I've identified the equilateral, and it's also an isosceles, but I can find another isosceles right there. And you zap those guys, and then you have to find one that is just scale in, and this is that one, and you go to the next level. There are different levels of difficulty, although, to be honest, I have not figured out all the way how different they are. They seem to be, this is the top level of difficulty, and it seems to have a lot more shapes, so it's harder to find the ones you want. Like other DragonBox games, it walks you through the levels very slowly, but it gets very sophisticated towards the end. So there's a lot of room for growth for students, and that ability to tackle levels again and again and again until you get it right. I wish for one thing in this game, and that is that it would actually say the names of the triangle. So it would say isosceles, it would say scalene and all of that, just because kids need to know what they are called and what they sound like, and because these have been taken mostly from Greek, they're sometimes hard to sound out just as words. So if you're working with young kids, that'll be something that as a teacher or as a parent you will have to do. So today on Mobile Learning in the Classroom, we talked about geometry apps and ways you can teach geometry with devices, and I'll see you next time.